Let's move it up. Bear with. That's better. Right, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my live chat. This is a new thing that I'm going to be doing every Wednesday, providing people show up and they're interested. So it's going to be just before my vlog, which normally goes out at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, a Friday, and a Sunday. And I'm just going to have a chit chat with you and do some crochet at the same time. If anybody wants any crochet tutorials or to ask any questions whatsoever, whether it's regarding being the honest vocal coach, psychic stuff, crochet, crafting, me attempting to sew recently, let me know. I seem very washed out on the YouTube, but my camera is showing really nice colours, so apologies if it looks just a little bit washed out. So we've got a few people turning up. We've got me, Scott, we've got Rye Bailey, we've got Anne Savage, we've got Abby Collins. I'm streaming. I don't know what that means. Oh, gone again. Nish, hello. Craigus, hello, hello. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday. So you can have a good chat with me. We had a good debate. We did a poll and we said, which platform would you like me to do this on? And you guys said YouTube. So here we are. My vlog will be out this evening. So you'll sort of catch up on my last days of my life, because it's pretty much a 2-day thing at the moment. Where the vlogs are dropping, hang on, where the vlogs are dropping, it turns out that I've done like, let me just move some of this stuff. 2 days, and then a vlog comes out, and another 2 days, and another vlog comes out. Kind of works like that. So I've got stuff everywhere. I'm just moving it to make it a bit easier for myself. There we are. I'll tell you what I'm working on in a minute. Once I get myself sorted, let me know you can hear me okay. I'm using my snazzy new mic and my fancy camera, so it will follow me around like my vlog normally does. My camera normally does. So let's just catch up with folks. Project 1 is here. Hello from South Africa. I'm trying to learn how to crochet is what I meant. Oh, okay. I hope that you're doing well. I'm all right. I'm just a bit achy. Achy? It's Vienna. It is Vienna. Oh, Vienna. It is Vienna. I know very little about Vienna as a city, so that's going to be on my to-do list. I think Simon just fell over. There was a crash downstairs. I've got my crochet hook and yarn. You can hear fine. Hear you, marvelous. I'm liking the new hair. Yes, cut it myself. Hello, Georgina. I hope you chose my suggestion. Well, it was you that kind of swung it. Now, you're a complete novice. It's absolutely fine. I decided to go for Georgina, honestly, although honestly, Georgina sounds better because the algorithm, there's a lot of honest channels. Honest this, honest that, honest something else. So if I go for Georgina at the front, I'm kind of more likely to be shown and sort of be easily found, as opposed to honestly Georgina. So yeah, you will have seen the name of tonight's vlog. It is the name of my new channel is ... so you can catch up with that. I'll pick my commissions up at the end of the week. Another album from Taylor Swift. I know. I'm told it's bops this time, which is good because apparently Mariana Conte, can't say her name, Mariana Conte, the Malta entry, got herself in hot water this week because she said that Taylor Swift was vanilla. And her last few albums have been vanilla. So I do get it. Have you done much in the knitting machine lately? Actually, no, I haven't. I've put it away for a little while because I was running out of space. So I got a proper knitting machine table, but the knitting machine is now in the box at the back next to my new sewing machine. I got my sewing box out Alfie's just thrown himself on the ground. Got my new sewing box out. It's not my new sewing, my old sewing box. Added cottons and stuff in. So it's just easier because I've got so many bits in here and not enough space for things. Can we not have more Taylor Swift? I know. Let's see. Have you? Oh, I've read that one. Evening one and all, says Susan. Hello. I resent it to you this morning, so you should have received it through. I hear Madonna may drop her new album in November. Ooh, okay. You make crocheting so easy. I can just do about a chain and a single crochet. That's it. Oh, I'm loving the Halloween crochet in the background. Oh, yeah. That is for my Halloween collection. You can probably just see it in the background. I've got a double-sided cushion cover, orange and yellow. There's 2 baskets, orange and yellow. And there are 2 pumpkins that I made today, orange and yellow. And I'm also working on these spiral coasters. And I've had a pause from Halloween because I'm working on a bum bag. Now, the plan was, right, I was going to get 24 squares and make a tote bag, 3 across, 4 down. But when I measured the squares, the tote bag would have been huge. It would have been more like a massive shopping bag, and I didn't really want that. So I've changed my plan. They're now becoming bum bags. I've got 4 left up here. I made 8. And I finished sewing this one together while I was eating my tea. Loving the colours on this one. This is DK rather than chunky. It's a bog standard granny square that there is a tutorial on my channel for. And now I'm adding extra half double crochets at the top to make it a little bit thicker, ready to put the strap around. I've also got, before Alfie chews them, the little clippy clips, which I'm going to attempt using. And these, which you thread it through. Don't exactly know what I'm doing, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. Can't be that hard. Also, I've got some zips down here as well, ready to go on them. And I've got some material as well to line them, because I'm aiming to line my bags from now on. Now I'm getting the hang of things. The people with crowns and numbers next to their names, what does that mean? I think it means that they're a bit like Facebook pages with like a top fan, so they're here regularly. I think that's what it is. Advert time already? Apologies if adverts pop up. I haven't set them. So apologies if they do come through. Happy Wednesday. Thanks, Georgina. Checked in back spam and trash. No. Oh. Would you mind emailing me? Actually, no, you don't need to. You've already emailed me. I'll double check after this that the email is correct. I don't understand why you're not getting it. Looks like a pair of pants. Well, looks like a pair of pants. Well, I suppose it does, actually. Pair of Y fronts. Yeah, you sing better than Mariah. I don't think so, but thank you. What do you think of these AI created songs? It upsets me. It really upsets me. So I am doing double crochets at the moment, and I'm doing another row just to make the waistband wider, that when I put the strap at the side, it's got a nice sort of secure waistband. And it's also not as huge as the last one, which is Mahusive, which I put in the shop today. That is now available for sale. It's beautiful. I'm glad I have YouTube Premium. I have YouTube Premium. I can't do with adverts, and I spent most of my life on YouTube. I think when I first became a YouTuber, I just thought, right, that's it. I'm doing premium. I can't wait for adverts. Your mic is going a bit tinny. Could it be me? Oh, I don't know. I can always turn the mic off. Love the colour combination. Well, I wanted to go for something a little bit brighter because the last ones have all been sort of autumn-ish. So I went for really bright. So brown in the middle, then a yellow, a lime green, a sort of turquoise, and then the brown. I quite like the colours as well. And because it's just a simple granny square, there's no sunflower or whatever, it was a lot faster to make. You all right? Think he's out of breath, he's been running up and down the stairs. Mine is the same, Scott, with the mic. Have you done a crochet? Oh, hang on then. Let's adjust the microphone, see if that helps. Have you done a crochet tutorial for absolute beginners? I have. There's quite a few on my channel now. There is a pumpkin. There is granny squares. There is how to do a granny stripe. There is how to use a center knitting machine. I'm trying to think what else. A jumper. I made a teddy bear sized jumper. I can't think what else. But yeah, there's a whole playlist on this channel with all the tutorials in, so you can check them all out. I've kept them as simple as possible, beginners level, so people can pick things up. Any news from the hospital? No. I've had a stressful afternoon. I got a bill through that apparently we owe some money from a while ago. So I've had to do a whole load of research and phoning different people up because there's that many scams now, you know? You don't know if stuff's real, but it is real. So I had an afternoon faffing about. It's like, well, the direct debit was set up, so why did no one take the money out? You took other months out, but you didn't take these months out. So I don't know, but I've got some money missed on something, so that's just been really stressful. Faffing about with that today. It's kind of done me head in a little bit. Great, I'll have a look. Marvellous. So yeah, no news from the hospital as yet. I keep asking my psychic brain, you know, we're going to hear today, but it just keeps saying, no, probably not today, probably not today. So I don't really know when I'm going to hear. We'll probably get the first 2006 song, Eurovision song next month. Really? I'm not ready. We've only just found out it's Vienna. What do we think of the logo, actually, while we're on? I think it's too childlike. A lot of people have said it's very AI. And I don't know what they mean by that. Because it just looks like it's a font that's been chosen rather than them coming up with something new. Have you ever crocheted any men's jumpers or cardigans? Wonder if they would do well on the website or shop. I think they probably would. And I do have a couple of patterns that I'd like to do, which are sort of men's t-shirt, shirt type things. So I'll have to add those into the list. Because there is some that I'd like to have a go at. You can see how much weight you've lost. Well done, you. Thank you very much. This year has gone quick. Looks junior, I know, junior Eurovision. It doesn't look like it's going to be much fun this year. I don't think UK are doing it this year. But I am covering it, so don't panic. It will be on the HVC channel. The HVC channel has gone to poop currently. I'm still filming away, editing videos, putting them out there, but I'm just not getting the numbers anymore. Which is a real shame. I'm actually getting more engagement and stuff on this channel, which is kind of what I wanted. I just didn't expect it to happen now, really. My friend knitted my mum a bunch of crochet flowers with stems and leaves. They're amazing. You see, I'm not really good with small things. I find it fiddly and annoying. Alex is great with smaller stuff, key rings and such. Is that Adam? Adam meeting Mariah Carey last week? I was talking about it to one of my students. Was it last night? Night before. We're saying how jealous we are that you got to meet Mariah. I don't know why he's so out of breath over there. Right, how many more rows? Are you all right? Alfie? Alf? Just laid on the floor. I wish I could send you a photo of them. Can you sing Hope is devoted to you? No, not right now. I think he's very warm. That looks weird, shaking in the background, doesn't it? It's just my crochet stand. I rather like them, actually. It saves a lot of moving about of the yarn ball. This one's magnetized, so I can't move it too close to myself. And you just chuck your ball on and it spins, so you don't have to keep messing about with it. Right, how many more rows do we think? I think at least another one, maybe two. So you've got a nice waistband for the bag. Yeah, I think another couple of rows. Where did you buy the stand from? Ooh, I think that was a company on eBay, that one. I'm pretty sure it was. So yeah, it's just looks like a banana stand, and then that's magnetized, and you hang your ball of wool on it. You can't really use the massive cakes because it's a bit too heavy and it doesn't really do the thing. But the majority of yarn, I can use it quite happily. I used to have one where it sits and spins like that. So it sits on top of the other thing and spins. But that one kept getting caught. So that's where I got this one. I think it cost me like £13. They're not even expensive. They're genius. They're brilliant little things. I mean, your other option is a yarn bowl, which is basically a bowl with a hole. You could use a colander. I've seen people use colanders. You can buy little bags which has got a hole in the top. And the one I've got at the shop is a wooden bowl and it has a swirl around it. So you put the yarn through the swirl and the ball spins, but sometimes it still gets stuck. This doesn't get stuck, which is it's very useful, very useful. Right, so we need another row. So we're doing, hiccup, excuse me, we're doing a chain, just the one, and then half double crochet into the same one so it doesn't get all squashed around there. And then in every top set, we're going to go around. And a half double is over, through, grab your yarn, pull it back through, and then through all three. And I think I'm using US terms rather than English terms because they're slightly different. But I will add tutorials into this if people are interested. I have a few people that have asked, can you show us stuff? Absolutely fine. Absolutely. Apologies if you've already mentioned them, but the orange and yellow cushions items in the background remind me of Licorice All Sorts. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Let me get them. I wanted a brighter look for the Halloween stuff this year. Instead of rusticy colours, I wanted something bright. So this one is orange and black on one side, yellow and black on that side. And I haven't put the zip on yet. There'll be a zip on the bottom. So it zips up and it's got a black cushion cover inside it. So that's that one. I'll shove it back over there. Stay. Then there's my zip. Then these were really quick to make. I have a tutorial on this channel on how to make scrap baskets, and this is pretty much it. I think they're that shape, but it's very similar. Can always do one for these. Kind of reminds me of Dennis the Menace as well. So I went black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, and get behind the fella. And then orange and black. I thought they'd be brilliant for people to put in, you know, sweeties or whatever for your Halloween stuff. And then today I've only just made these. I made this one this morning, orange, with a cinnamon stick and string. And this is definitely on my channel because I use my own tutorial. Well, Well, I made it a year ago. It's probably a year ago. So I had to check my own tutorial that I knew what I was doing. And then this afternoon, I made a slightly bigger one and it's yellow. Uh, it kind of looks a little bit more like a pepper than a pumpkin, but I wanted to go with the same color scheme, really. So I'll put them back over there. It smells lovely because I put a cinnamon stick in the top. So they smell gorgeous. Shove that up there. And if you didn't see before, I've also been working on these. These take a bit of work, actually. And as you can see, they're not the same. Damn it. There's a first one, and there's a second one, and they're not quite the same. So I'm going to have to make even more so I can get a set of 4. And once I get it, I'll do probably a set of yellow and black. I also want to do some bunting, and I've got numerous other Halloween ideas as well. Trick or treat baskets, exactly. I like the pumpkins. I think they look fantastic. I want it to look rustic, but not still have a nice bright colour to them. So they've got cinnamon at the top and then an old bit of string around the top. I've actually got a tube of cinnamon sticks left from last year, believe it or not. Christmas table runner might be nice. That's a good idea. I've actually got, if you can just see right up at the top, I'm going to try and point. Up there, I've got some Christmas coloured yarn. It's red, green, and white. That'd be great for a Christmas runner. I actually thought that'd be good to make a stocking for Christmas. I've had that a while, but never got round to using it. It was one of those things right in the sale after Christmas, and then you think, well, it's not Christmas now, so it'll have to wait a bit. But yeah, it's a nice colour. I've also come across this in my stash. Hang on. This one. And this is some awesome Halloween colours. Look at that. This is called Jitterbug King Cole Double Knitting. And I thought the colours were fab for Halloween. So I might do something with this. What, I don't know as yet. But I thought that'd be good for Halloween too. And then other than that, I've just got lots of yellow and black and orange. It's all up here. Lots of black, yellow and orange to do more. Alex said, why don't you do lime green, you know, like a bright green? But I've started now, so yes. So let me know if any of you do actually crochet. If you don't, it's not a big deal, it's fine. This is meant to be a chit chat in general, as well as anybody who wants to craft at the same time. I brought myself a drink, actually, I must remember. I got some orange apple. What am I talking about? Fizzy apple. Nish says, what do you think of the Subway by Chaperone? It's feeling a bit cranberry-esque. I thought that. I quite like it, actually. It's grown on me. It didn't get me the first time I heard it, but as time went on, really enjoying it now. You would like to learn to crochet? Awesome. Well, there's lots of tutorials in the playlist on my channel, and I'll be adding more tutorials as time goes on. I think I'll possibly do a tutorial for one of these bum bags, but it's a bit more time consuming. You've got to make your granny squares first, but you don't have to make 4. It's quite a simple pattern. You have 4 granny squares, and then you fold the outside 2, you sew together, and then you go around the top, and then you put your strap, or however you want to connect it up on it. So they're fairly straightforward to make. I am going to make another one of the purple daisy bags, but it might not be purple. I'll probably do a different set of colours because people really like that, and it sold the same night as I mentioned it on the vlog, so that's gone. I really love it, says Nish. Did you crochet the sweater you were wearing? It looks great. I did! This sweater, I'm obsessed with this colourway. I've still got a bit of it left. It's called Casper by Spirit. Hayfield Spirit, sorry. I'm obsessed with it, which is kind of ironic that my business is called Spirit. But look how big it is. I made it last year before I lost 3.5 stone. It's massive. It's huge. But I love the colours. I've made a few other things with this yarn, scarves and such, but this is my favourite one. This is a hexagon in the hexagon cardigan pattern, and then instead of putting buttons or whatever at the front, you just join it together. So you end up with a hexagon jumper. Plus, I shaped the neckline so it has like that instead of it just being straight across the top. But yeah, I made this one. I did the bell sleeves as well, which I quite like. So it's kind of baggy and then goes in. But yeah, that was a long answer. Have you thought about lining your baby blankets? No? Do people do that? What about some black cauldron scrap bags with the orange and yellow edging for flames? Ah, yes. That's not a bad idea. Black's really difficult to crochet with though, because you can't see your stitches. I managed it with those because it was only a few rows, but if it's a solid black, it's really hard. You've got to feel it rather than see it, because you can't necessarily see where the holes are. Yeah, like a pram set. Yeah. How do you know which side hook to create things with depending on the yarn you buy? Well, most of the yarn, the band that's around it will give you an idea of what it should be. But I've sort of learned through experience that DK, double knitting yarn, tends to suit between a 4 and a 5.5. So it depends on how tight you want it to look or how loose. But I like a nice medium look to it. So, for example, this is a 5.5 and it's DK, and you get the obvious spaces, so it's quite nice. Super chunky is 6 to, sorry, not super chunky. Chunky is 6 to about 10, depending again on how you want it to look. And then your super chunky is 10 to 15. But it does say, so I've got hiccups now, that fizzy pop. It does say on most of them that the recommended hook size. Some of them will say the recommended needle size, but it's essentially the same thing. But yeah, if you're not sure, just ask. And it is like clothing. Not every yarn, even though it says it's a DK, a double knitting, it might feel a bit thinner or it might feel a bit thicker. You've got the standard sizes are your 4-ply, DK, Aran, chunky, super chunky. Above that, you've got t-shirt yarns and your massive blanket yarns. And below that, you've got sock yarn, which is really fine and thin. In America, they call it slightly different things. An Aran way in America is a worsted way, I think. I don't know why they call it different names. I really don't. Any updates on the BBC project you're doing? Yes. I have the interview on the 5th of September, but I don't know where yet. I don't know if it's going to be London-based or if it's going to be in Salford. I don't know. So I might look up where they normally do the live from. It's not live. This is a pre-recorded thing. Right, am I all the way around? Yep. So I need to do one in there. Then you join your end together with a slip stitch, another one, and we're going to do another row. And I think that's probably it then. Then it'll be time to put straps on. I would definitely make one of your bum bags. It is beautiful. It's lovely, isn't it? Isn't it really nice? So yeah, I'll do a tutorial for these. I've got one that I've already made the granny squares for. so I can kind of film as I go along. But yeah, they are gorgeous. There's such and you can do whatever colours. It didn't take me that long because there's not that many squares. To get more publicity for you, what if we all advertise your channel on our social media accounts? I would love that. Is that about the haters? Is what about the haters? Oh, the interview. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's all about mainly TikTok and trolls and haters on TikTok and how platforms like TikTok deal with it or don't deal with it, as the case may be. And the amount of stupid comments people get for no apparent reason. And they're always hidden behind profiles that don't have a picture and they're just letters and numbers. And it's all about how social media should be kept more accountable, be made more accountable. Because they're not. They just want to make money. That's what they do, really. So yeah, that's what it's about. It's been a little while coming. And I don't know when it's going to go out, but I will keep you posted on that one. So it's now 7:30. The next vlog goes out at 8 o'clock. So I'll be coming off the live just before 8 o'clock so we can watch the vlog together. At the moment, because it is Vlogust, we're doing Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday vlogs. I've barely filmed for the next one. I filmed a little bit this morning, but I have got time that I could be filming tomorrow and then edit it tomorrow night ready for Sunday. That's me shared your channel on my Facebook. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. So how many did I say? So I was going to do another row, didn't I? Or do another row. And then we need to contemplate sewing all the ends in. I've done some already. We need to do some more. Do I do the strap before the lining or after? I did it afterwards last time because it was easier to sort of sew around that part before I then added it on. Oh, itchy eyeball. How is the shop doing? Not great. It is August though, and I know August should be busier because people are off school, but what I find where we are is that people are on holiday and not necessarily coming to the shop, but the haberdashery is taken off. We've doubled the size of the haberdashery. Actually bought quite a bit of it myself today. I bought some fat quarters, some Halloween ones and some autumn ones, and some plain colours. And I don't know why they call fat quarters, just so you know. And some cottons, because I want a little stash of different cotton colours. And while she's selling them for the grand total of 50p, and it should be £1.50, I'm going to get a handful. Hi, Georgina. Sorry I'm late. Looking fab. Thank you very much. I'm aching today. How is the sewing machine going for you? It was a bargain, wasn't it? It was. Wow. So pleased on how cheap it was. You can just see it in the background. It's fab. It's just changed things for me because I had so many arguments with the last one. And I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get the tension right. I was getting all bobbly bits. And then as I tried to do that, it would just come apart. And I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. I just didn't understand. Whereas that, the one behind me, sorted it straight away. Boom, done. Heavenly. I've got a zip to put on the cushion cover at the back. And I'm going to do zip for this. So probably wait till there's a few things and then set it up ready for that. Don't do the tongue. Right, so there we are. We're going to sew some ends in now. Where are my scissors? Dan, if you're watching, I taught Dan last night. Not last night, night before. Sorry, I'm losing track of days. I've been teaching him for a little while. He's also a watcher of my vlogs. And he was asking about hydration because he's a bit dehydrated and he'd never heard of electrolytes. So I bought a rehydration treatment, blackcurrant flavour for the treatment of acute diarrhea or dehydration, restores natural salt and fluid balance. And they were only like 65 pence. So I'm going to show them to him and maybe drop them in the post so he can have that. Because he was drinking loads of water and so it's just going through and he don't feel any better. So try something like this. It might assist you. I saw someone want the purple bang, but I know it did go straight away. The same night it was in the vlog, it got sold. I'm going to have to make more, aren't I? And I'll have to do a suggestion from you guys. What colours are we going? Autumn, winter colours? Because that would make sense to me to do autumn, winter colours and then Christmassy colours. But yeah. So next I am going to sew the ends in. And as you can see, I had it all hidden inside. It looks like an octopus now. Hide it all in. I've got all the ends to sew in, which will take a while. But I'm talking to you, so it won't be so bad. And if at any point you want me to do this, which I've discovered I can do, come on, do it, do it. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see what I'm doing. Isn't that good? Can always zoom in as well. So to sew ends in, I'm sure people know this. You just go in and out and in and out. Flatten it and then go back on yourself. And the fibres should grab one another. And a bit more. And then trim your end. There we are. Scissors, where do I just put them? Done. Get a little pile of gubbins over there. So let's do a few more. Love your vlogs, very calming, says Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. My vlog is out at 8. And this is a new little chit chat thing that I am doing just for people to chill out and have a gossip, really. You know, find out what's happening. Just sewing the ends in. It's going to take a while because if you imagine you're changing colour on every single one, there's a fair few. So flip it the other way. I've done some, but there's quite a few to do. I'd put music on in the background, but YouTube gets upset depending on what the music is. Although I do have epidemic sound and I am allowed to use certain music, so I could pre-download it next time and play it in the background. It's not a bad idea. Just to create a bit of an atmosphere, really. So if anybody is a crafter, a knitter, a crocheter, anything like that, let me know what you're working on in the chat. Also, I have a Facebook group, which is also called Georgina Honestly. I've changed the name. And if you want to show me what you're working on, feel free to post it in there. We have what is called Whip Wednesday, where you can whip base. I'm sure you know what this means. It means work in progress. So you can post what you're working on just so that people can have a look, get ideas. Do you know what I mean? Because I've been looking at ideas for Halloween stuff this week. Because you've got your obvious stuff. Ghosts, bats, pumpkins, stuff like that. So it's nice to just sort of get those ideas. What I find as well at the moment is that when I look at YouTube suggestion videos, they're just pictures and it annoys me. It's like, actually make some of this stuff and show us it rather than just grabbing pictures off the internet and then rambling through them. Sometimes it can be useful, but it can also be a little bit irritating that you're just getting pictures of other people. Show us what you've made. Georgina, you mentioned some time back that America has some kind of wools that don't have in the UK. Which were they? Oh, Karen cakes. Karen yarn is something that you can't get in the UK unless it's been imported in. Also, Lily Sugar and Cream. We don't have that, which is a lovely cotton kind of variegated yarn. We have literally no decent variegated cottons. None. They're rubbish. We just get single colour cotton and it tends to be DK. We don't get Aran cotton. We don't get chunky cotton. What else? Let me think. What's it called now? It's a particular blanket yarn that we don't get. Let me just move this back up again. There we are. It starts with a B. Something blanket yarn. We can't get that. What else? I'm trying to think. Ice yarns. That's not something really that we get here at all. Yarn art has just started to get to the UK. Some companies have started to sell it. I can't think of any more offhand, but there we are. And I do like Lily Sugar and Cream and Sugar and Cream with the variegated cottons. I think they're lovely. We just don't get nice ones like that. I'm making a patchwork quilt, needle felting a horse, and renovating my doll's house. I've never done patchworking. I remember making an oven glove, which was like, it's hard to explain. It was kind of, you put padding in it, but then you make it look like it's padded like a duvet. I did that in school years ago, but I've never done a proper patchwork quilt. Hi everyone, have I missed most of the chat? No, you're all right. Don't worry. We're just chatting about yarns and a bit of all sorts, really. And you will be able to watch this back. I will leave it on. I'll think of whatever we've talked about and chuck it in the title or something like that. So if you've missed it, you can just catch up on them later. See what I'm working on. Because I like watching other people's crochet vlogs. I like passionate Kelsey's videos. I like to watch what she's working on. She's been doing this octagon shaped t-shirt. It's fantastic. Looks fairly easy to do. I'm new here. Hello, Purple Crochet and More with Dreamy. How are you? That's a long name, but hello, nice to meet you. Welcome to my chit chat. I have vlogs Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Blah, blah. And tonight is the first weekly crochet and chat that I'm doing. I go live on TikTok sometimes. I go live on Instagram, but there's no specific schedule. So I wanted to create a schedule where people can just see what I'm working on, have a chat, chill out, have the cup of tea or whatever they're doing. And it might inspire them to make something like I'm making or for whatever reason they want to watch. So I'm currently working on a bum bag, which is made out of 4 granny squares. I'm just sewing in all of the ends. I've added some half double crochets at the top so that it's better to put a strap around at the side so it makes it a little bit more secure. It will have a lining in it. And I've got a zip as well. And now I've got my sewing machine up and running. I'll be doing all that. Be in a minute. Hope you're well, Georgina. I'm all right, Andy. Tanya Wood. I can crochet and knitting, but find it hurts my wrists. I do get aches from time to time, but it's this left shoulder that creates issues. It's a long story. It's my Ken Dodd shoulder. Yes, it sounds mental, and some of you will be like, "Who the hell is Ken Dodd?" The older of you will know who Ken Dodd is, but I call it my Ken Dodd shoulder. I used to work in theatre, and I had a shoulder injury, and I'm blaming Ken Dodd. Okay, thanks, Georgina. Can catch up after. I agree, it's very hard to find variegated yarn, isn't it? Cotton specifically. The Pato Signet do some nice variegated. The Colour Rush, I can't remember who that's by. That's nice variegated. But when it comes to proper cakes, I think you've got Carnival, Funfair. Oh, there's the marshmallow cakes. I don't really like them. The colour changes are way too long. I discovered a new one actually, Yarnsmiths. Wool Warehouse has it. They've got some really good deals on it, and the colours are fantastic. I bought some purple. I'll just do this bit and show you the colours. Let me move Boobiana. She has a name. Liz gave her a name. There we are. Is that Yarn Smiths as well? Yeah. That one's Spirit. There we are. It's Yarn Smith. It's called Play, and the colours absolutely gorgeous. And being a sucker for purple, I had to get some of those. I've had these a while though, so I am on a yarn ban. Just stop me buying any more. So these are Spirit Chunky Hayfield. That is as well. That's just a random one I got from a charity shop. And then here, this is also yarn. What's it called again? I know this. Play Yarnsmiths. That's Spirit Chunky up there. That is Swirly Whirly, James C. Brett. That one is Carousel DK by Woolcraft. And that one I got imported in, friend of mine. That one's a Karen cake. Shove that off there. Isn't it good that the camera follows me around? Chuckled at your recent vlog and your comments on serving. I have been wanting to do vlogging on YouTube. It's hard. It's hard and it takes a long time to get viewers. So you have to be prepared for the long term. I've been doing my vlog now for 3 years, but I've also had my Honest Vocal Coach for 7 years. And before that, I had a student channel, which would put all my students' music on for another 5. So I've been around on YouTube for a while. It does take a long time to build up. So honestly, be prepared. I do have, not that this is just like an obvious plug, but it seems the right time. I do have a course called How to Be Successful on YouTube. It is still up to date and it tells you everything you need to know, from titles to thumbnails to keywords to how to start, plan, all that kind of thing. And if I don't say anything else in this answer, a schedule is absolutely key. You must have a schedule, whether it's 1 video a week or whatever you decide, and you have to stick to it. So consistency and having a schedule, so very, very important. Are you going along with the bum bag? It is reminding me of a 70s retro. I suppose it does look a bit 70s. I just wanted to try something brighter. But yeah, it kind of does look 70s. But I didn't want black because it's hard to crochet with. I think the brown makes it look a little bit more subtle. It was going to be a massive tote bag, but I realised it was going to be way too massive. So I paused on making the granny squares and did enough to just make 2 bum bags instead. But you can do so much with granny squares, from bucket hats to cardigans or waistcoats. You can pretty much make anything with a granny square, but you've got to make a lot of them. Be prepared to make a lot of granny squares. Oh, that one is lovely, says Lisa. Snippy, snippy. It's quite useful just chatting while you're getting on with this, because it's making it go faster. Right, so we've still got some to do. Yellow. I'm not sure what else to tell you about. We found out about Eurovision being Vienna today. Oh, Vienna. That'd be a nice trip for me next year. But I actually really enjoy being sat on my own sofa watching Eurovision. I have been at a live. I went to Liverpool. It was fantastic. But you just don't get the same view. Wherever you are in the arena, you're a long way off. And it's just not the same as when you actually see it on the screen. Although you don't get the energy and the vibe when you're at home, which I understand. How was the work in the garden going? It's kind of paused because money's tighter this month, because I don't teach much singing in August because people are all on holiday. So we kind of need a bit more money to be able to do a bit more. I can weed, obviously, and there's certain things you can do without money, but we're up to the point where we need to do some rendering, and we need some more paving stones, but we're like, well, we have to save some pennies first, and then we'll carry on. So yeah, it's just on pause. I haven't done any of the house either. I've been focusing on this channel, building it up, getting better thumbnails, not thumbnails, titles. Been learning about titles recently. And put that in there. And I don't know, I've just lost my train of thought. That is your perimenopause brain for you. Where you go, what was you thinking about? You know, when you go up to the top of the stairs and you're like, what did I come upstairs for? Oh, and the dreams. I'm still dreaming so much. So vivid. I remember everything about them. Not sure why that is at the moment. Tomorrow I'm going to Sheffield. Alex's idea to look for more dresses. And I haven't been into Sheffield Town Centre in a very long time. So it'll be nice to have a saunter around. Can barely remember where stuff is. I'm sure I will once I get there. I'll be like, oh yeah. But it's been a long time. How are we doing for time? We're 54, we're all right. Because obviously we need to come off, ready for the vlog to go out. Eesh. So if there's anything specific you want me to cover in the next chit chat, if there's any tutorials you want me to do, or if there's any questions that you have, feel free to let me know. Also, you can chuck them in the comments on underneath the video afterwards if you're watching it later. Carolyn came into the shop today. Carolyn is the Haberdash lady. She brought loads of extra stuff in, which is good. She even brought Halloween ribbons and some Christmas-looking ribbons, which is a good time. I know we're early, but she's trying to ensure that there's plenty on the shelves, really. It's a fair point. I'm getting bored of the sewing part. How is my cardigan coming along? Hang on. I'm just going to put my needle back in here. I will show you. didn't take it to the shop with me today. I had some other stuff to finish, but let's push that over there. I'll go get it. Put that there. Spinny spin. Right. Let's put that crochet hook away. Right, so this is for Abby, who's currently in the chat. Are you going to be doing more tie-dyeing? Yes, I am. I've actually got a kit to do dyeing yarn, and I've started, but it turns out I need extra stuff that I don't have. So I've got to get that. So the kit doesn't come with everything it's supposed to, but the wool that you need. Right, so here we are. This is one side. I think I'm going to make it slightly bigger. And this is how far I am with the other side. It's nearly matching. Nearly matching. So a few more rows on that, and then make them both slightly bigger, join them together. Once I get to the join them together stage, it's really fast. It's just the bigger it is, the longer it takes to do a row. I'm flapping about here. Those colours are really nice. That'd be a good choice. It's called, oh, the things fell off. It's Colour Rush, something like sorbet or sherbet. But it's on my website anyway, so you can always look it up. I do have some spare that I didn't need. I overbought it. But it's better than not having enough, really. So I'm going to carry on with it while watching my vlog, actually, because I'm bored of doing the sewing in the edges. And this is a hexagon of lots and lots of granny stitch. Granny stitch is 3 double crochets. And you just keep going round and round and round and round and round. And the colours are so pretty. They're actually more vivid than they're coming across on the camera right now. It's really nice. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with that while I'm watching the vlog. I've got this one. So far I've used one ball. This is the second ball. And then I've got another one here. I dropped it. It just looks a bit of a mess. But yeah. Now I've realised it's 1958, so I'm going to jump off because my vlog's about to go out. So stay around for the vlog to go. Feel free to have a watch of it. Those colours are really nice. Such beautiful light colours. I agree. A little bit bigger. Yes. I want it a bit bigger. I'd rather that it have a little bit more drape to it than it be sort of a tight one. You're very welcome, Project One. So yeah, I'm going to jump off because my vlog's about to go live. So feel free. Love how you can switch between crochet and project. It's actually really valuable to be able to do that, because just sewing in ends over and over and over, your mind's just like, it's the same with this. If I just sit and go round and round and round and round, it eventually gets to your brain. So it's nice to put it down, do something else, and then come back to that one. For example, I've been working on these today. So it was nice to jump to do something else and then come back. So I came back to that, and now I'm doing that one. Not that I like having lots of projects on the go. It's just helpful. Take care. Checking out the vlog in a little later. Fantastic. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you liked this chit chat, give me a thumbs up afterwards and subscribe. And I will see you in the vlog momentarily. And I will see you live again next Wednesday at 7. I'm just working out how to do end stream. Bye, loves.